All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more My Hero Academia. Let's see how this chapter goes because, we are entering into the epilogue of My Hero Academia. But it's probably best if you can see my face when I say that. Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to more My Hero Academia. All for One is defeated. It's been a full week after the events of the All for One versus Everyone battle. Shigaraki is no more. People are recovering. People are rebuilding. Nations across the globe are all pulling together in order to help out Japan due to the devastation. And now, the last we got was Midoriya and his classmates walking back to UA as it's being rebuilt. So let's see what happens on today's chapter, chapter 425, Unseasonable. And Midoriya is standing there, and there's so much music going around, so many cheers going around, and it's Midoriya listening in as Principal Nezumi is going, and now it's time to issue diplomas. Graduates, come on up! Oh wait, is that President Mike? That might be, no. Yeah, that's President Mike. It's President Mike. Because I knew Principal Nezumi would never be one to just scream out loud like that, so it's President Mike. And now, it's time to issue diplomas. Graduates, come on up! And then we have Principal Nezumi speaking to Tamajiki. Well done indeed. Congratulations on making it through the good fight. Potatoes. They're all just potatoes. He still suffers from intense stage fright and being around other people. He's still slightly antisocial. Then we have Nejire. I graduated! How about that? And then all of the guys in UA are going, we hate to lose you, Nejire Hano Senpai! And then we have President Mike, who's DJing this entire event. People are graduating. The big three are graduating. Wow, man, graduation! But President Mike is going, sorry your graduation got delayed, kids. The cherry blossoms already fell, but at least you get a glorious flowery send-off. And, he's DJing as he goes, make some noise, peeps! Wow! Oh my goodness, this is a callback! This is a callback to the very first time we're introduced to President Mike. Hold on. To the very first, I'm seeing it. The very first time we were introduced to President Mike, he said, make some noise! And no one said a thing. But now, after everything that's happened, he gets like the biggest roar of confirmation from his response. He gets the biggest roar of "Rah!" in response. Man. Okay. President Mike getting a standing applause from everyone saying, make some noise! And they're all responding to him. Make some noise, peeps! Ah! This groove doesn't fit as graduation. Graduates used to this, being up in front. New third years, former second years starting to get the gist. And new second years, former third years taken aback by everything that's going on. Because those who are new to UA have no idea what's going on. They're the quiet ones in the back, but everyone we got introduced to at the beginning of the series, they're all in front just cheering and ranting and raving, which is a complete polar opposite of how they were all introduced. And then we have narration going, our senpai, who were in limbo for a while, got to graduate in June. And then we have Seto going, the heck? I thought we all be crying. It's like a freaking festival! And this is Kirishima and Kaminari saying this. Then we have Tamajiki going, you still feeling those injuries? And then Nejire responds with, yeah, I sure am. But I still feel on top of the world somehow. Weird, huh? We've got Mirio to thank. since he was sure to watch over us when we were down for the count in that flying tomb. Since we were down for the count in that flying tomb. Requests to foreign countries for essential resources and provisions, budgeting and fundraising for the overall restoration plan, deployment and allocation of aid, securing hospital beds and medical treatment. Even in our superhuman society, this rapid recovery effort was only made possible thanks to the behind-the-scenes maneuvering and the spurring on of those foreign nations by Principal Nezu, a VIP of global renown. Whoa! You mean to tell me, bruh, Principal Nezu! Principal Nezu is wow, he's the reason why everyone from every nation is helping out Japan right now. He got them all to come together. And then Principal Nezu is going like, raise the BPM if you would. And President Mike goes, ha, easy for you to say. And then we cut to a flashback. The principal's major contributions to quirk morality education have made him a man of global renown. And it shows Endeavor in this flashback. All along, our principal was looking towards what would come after the battle. And it shows Principal Nezu in a room with a whole bunch of different screens, more than likely screens showcasing the different nations, countries all around the world. And he's bowing his head to them. Possibly this is the moment where he's asking for their help. And then we get people going, those were some sick lyrics, some sick farewell address. Put your hands up for Mawata Fua, your underclass rep. And now, here to clap back is the rep for the graduating class. And I gotta zoom in on this page because the text is small. The text is small here. And it has the Shroom Girl. Yeah, it has Class 1B. They're stepping up as well. Like a rap battle? Too cool, Shroom. I think it's bizarre. Drop some bars. And we have some of the other members of Class 1B going, hold on, let me zoom out. Oh, I could do it this way. I could just full screen it. Ah, this is cool. Like a rap battle? Too cool, Shroom. I think it's bizarre. Drop some bars. Give it up for Mirio Togata, a.k.a. The Million! And we get Mirio! I thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking the time out of your busy lives to be in attendance today. What? No stupid gag? And then Mirio, who is not being silly right now, he's being incredibly serious right now. Collectively, we've lost so much and gained nothing at all. The fact is, heroes fight to bring a negative situation back to square one. General studies, the support course, and the business course. Each of you have leveraged the experience gained at this institution to come together as one and fight the good fight. However, we're still not back to square one just yet. The 3 years we spent here will be put towards that purpose. Today was not the goal. And it shows everyone in these different courses, and it even shows Tamajiki, wiping a tear, looking like he's wiping a tear from his eye. And Nejide's looking on with her eyes glistening even more than usual. And then it shows Midoriya, who's watching this as well. A world without smiles and humor has no bright future. We seek a positive world where people can live their lives in good cheer. That is the finish line we're racing towards. Wow, Togata. Check me out, Night Eye. As he snaps his fingers, and then uses permeation to just straight up disappear out of his clothes. Today marks the start of that journey for us. So to all who've yet to graduate, I say, peace out! And he uses permeation to launch not only out of the wall, but also, I forget that one student's name, the one that was so sure she was going to win the pageant during the, I want to say, not the sports festival, but I think it was like the class festivals, I think. It was, the arts festival. The one that has like the big giant tank that has her face on it with the super long eyelashes. He launches out of the wall with her tank, and she's in the crowd, and she's going, ah! Because she's happy to see her giant eyelash-laden face tank just launch out of the wall with Mirio. And also, Mirio is in his costume, so he did not just shoot off into the air in the nude during this graduation. He has his costume underneath, so. And then we have narration again. Apparently, this was more or less traditional for UA graduations. And then we get to class 2A. And there we have Aizawa-sensei. Typically, you wouldn't have the same homeroom teacher 2 years in a row. But circumstances being what they are, it seems you're stuck with me for 1 more year. Whew! And now we're no longer in class 1A. We are in class 2A, but it's temporary. It says so on the nameplate.
I'm so glad we got you, Aizawa-sensei! Oh, you're crying.
And this is both Mina and Tsuyu.
Oh, you're crying. We wouldn't want anybody else!
And then we have Bakugo. The dust is really settled, huh?
Shouldn't you be in the hospital, man?
And this is Bakugo and Seto. They said I just gotta take it easy, and it'd be wrong not to have everyone here today.
That's weirdly sensible coming from you.
Take that back!
Hey, take it easy, remember?
And then we get to Aizawa as he goes, ahem. Sorry. And everyone says sorry. Come on in. And it's Aoyama! Once more, I say adieu. Yes, I am leaving UA. And then we have Jiro. Oh, Aoyama. Still no change of heart, huh?
But dude, we never could have split up all for one from his goons without you.
And this is Kirishima saying this. Then Aoyama again. We, both Sensei and Detective Tsukauchi said I may stay enrolled, but no, I must set matters right. As my very marticulation was part of All for One scheme. Marticulation. I never said that word before. I'm surprised I managed to get it right. As my very marticulation was part of All for One scheme, I would not be deserving of a graduation like the one we attended today. I will atone, and once more walk the path of the hero. This sits well with me. And it shows Midoriya with that, shaved haircut on the side. After all, I've reached out to you all and took your hands in mine. As he remembers when Midoriya was screaming towards him during that time as well. Yeah. And as he's saying this, Aoyama is still trying to offer him like a piece of cheese. Wow. So many callbacks to these moments. And then we get to Aoyama, who's still teary-eyed as he goes, someday, I promise, I will be worthy of standing beside you with my head held high. And then Aizawa was just thinking back to when he was chilling with Aoyama, when Aoyama was still, in custody. And then we get Kirishima. Dang, Aoyama, a dude among dudes. Do not cry, friends. No melancholy on my behalf. As he starts spinning around in the air, he starts spinning around and he starts shooting his naval laser all around.
Ah, so bright.
With even tighter control during the
school festival.
School festival, not sports festival, school festival. I'm correcting myself after seeing that. On that note, there's a surprise. Yo, it's Shinzo! A new member of Class A! And it's Shinzo. Shinzo! You're joining our class? Whoa. The transfer worked out! Awesome. The transfer worked out!
Awesome! You got your provisional license and everything?
And as that's happening, Aoyama seems like he's being overshadowed by the fact that Shinzo's showed up to the class. Might we discuss my farewell party? Oh, right.
Ah! Aoyama, stop! Cut it out!
And he's spinning around, still shooting his naval laser all over the place. Then, Mineta notices someone. And it's Hagakure. It's Hagakure, and she's actually visible.
My quirk's bugging out again. They're gonna see me.
Oh, her actual face. What a cutie. Pardon-moi.
Quit it. Too embarrassing.
And then Mineta, who is seeing Hagakure's face for the first time, he goes, "Oh, all this time, a goddess among us!" And he tries to go over there, but Aizawa immediately binds him up and keeps him from moving, as he goes, "Hey, there's more business to go over." And then we get introduced to a new person. Oh, it's Mawata, Mawata Fua. She's the class rep that we saw earlier on in this chapter.
Second and third years in the hero course will be joining the greater restoration effort for the time being, and I'm in charge of organizing us. In addition to the ongoing restoration projects, we'll be involved with the nationwide effort to maintain law and order. We've made it past All Might's retirement, and then the war in Jakku. Know that after each big battle that winds up in textbooks, there's sure to be a period of chaos the books don't talk about.
Then we get Shoto, who still has some scuff marks over his face over his battle with Toya.
Right. When there's no symbol, All for One was born during chaos like that.
Does that cover it, Era-sensei?
Yup.
Era-sensei? I used to be in Era-sensei's class myself. I take it he didn't expel all of you? Lucky. I'm jealous.
He gave us pampered kids a taste of death, so to speak. Scary stuff.
Thank you, Fua.
You can go now. And then she leaves.
But we have him to thank for making us realize why we should be heroes.
You're welcome.
And Aizawa's like kind of annoyed that someone's giving him praise this way, at least of all one of his own former students. And then Midoriya hasn't said anything. And then we get more students going, new first years? Can you imagine? Starting tomorrow, we're going to be senpai! It's all so much so fast. We will certainly be busy, and this is Ida. And then Seto going, at least we got our moment's rest, so to speak. And then Uraraka.
Hey, lay off me already, Sero.
Sorry, I've been saying his name wrong this whole time. I'm sorry! It's Sero! Sero, not Seto. Sero. I've been saying his name wrong. Please forgive me.
Hey, lay off me already, Sero. Sheesh.
Don't be that way.
Nah, I mean, I thought
her speech was awesome.
Uraraka? You too, Deku? So, they have to give you half an undercut because of your wounds? I sure hope it grows back in soon.
Because she's like pulling her hair to the side to kind of mimic his because of his hairstyle, because of the wounds he suffered. And then we get Sato, who goes, speaking of makeovers, Tokoyami? Not a fashion statement. Though I don't hate it. Because Tokoyama's hair is like really frayed out. Like his feathers are really frayed out. It's not like straight as we're used to seeing it. His hair is literally blown out. And then it shows Uraraka laughing, and then it just shows Midoriya, he still hasn't said anything. All he said was just Uraraka, and that's it. Then it cuts to someone in the dark, and it looks like Scissors and someone with tears in their eyes. And I guess their hair is getting cut, but I don't know who this is. And it's a person with blackened fingers. And they're breathing heavily. Yeah, they're breathing heavily, walking through this town and they're going through this house. And then Midoriya speaking to Todoroki going, you think you'll make it to the farewell party, Todoroki?
Sure, as long as it's not today.
Todoroki?
I'm good. Really.
And then as he's walking, it shows him going,
here I go.
Like, his hair is frazzled even more than usual, and then it shows someone who appears to be in a wheelchair in front of this room that's dark. I think that's Endeavor. That looks like Endeavor. And if Endeavor is here in front of this dark and lit room with someone on this gurney inside this room, I think that's Toya in there. And that's the end of the chapter. We get Endeavor sitting in front of what could be Toya. To be continued. This is not the last chapter of My Hero Academia. Okay. All right. That's fine. Snow, good to see you. Kenneth Moore, good to see you. The Fallen Master, good to see you. Master Psycho, Michael Malger, Rawl, it's good to see you. Haven't been here in such a long time as My Hero Finishing. We are currently within the epilogue right now. We're currently within the epilogue. 13 people watching? Good God. Hey, everybody. I hope your day's been great. And if it hasn't, I hope what I've done today has made your day just a little bit brighter. But we are still going on with the epilogue. We are not done with My Hero just yet. But we don't know when the next chapter is going to be the last. But I feel like there's still going to be several chapters. I feel like, based off of my assumption, we maybe, I don't know if Horikoshi is going to wrap everything up in this month. I don't know if he's going to wrap everything up in this month. Depending on if we don't go on any breaks and how much is covered in the chapters, it may go up until the last Sunday of this month or maybe into July. Maybe. I know I said I don't think this is going to last into July, but then I realized after seeing this chapter that we may be seeing, loose ends being tied up as far as like during this epilogue, seeing how everyone is doing, it would seem. It might just stretch to the anniversary. It would seem that way. Andrew Parkinson. This chapter had such a somber but hopeful vibe. And I get that feeling as well. It's somber due to I think you can really call it somber due to like how Aoyama was speaking and literally any other panel that Midoriya has shown his face, and his face wasn't really smiling as it has been. And not only that, but also that last moment where it looks like Endeavor, who could be in front of the room where Toya's being held. Because as far as I know, Toya's not dead, but he may have just like beyond severely burned his body out to the point where he's, I can't say, he might be on life support, because how much damage can you do to not only the outside of your body, but also to the inside, to the point where it looks like you're going to make your body explode in order to kill everyone in a 5-kilometer radius. So, yeah, there's a bit of a heaviness that pretty much permeates throughout this entire chapter. Sure, we're seeing all these students graduate and go from being like being third years and first years and second years and third years. We're seeing all these people graduating. But there's still like this semblance of hope. Also, Aoyama leaving feels really sad, but I'm glad of him taking that step. I mean, the dude said he wants to atone. He wants to atone for what essentially lead to a massive war between UA and All For One and all of his goons. So I respect him for saying that, no, I'm not worthy to graduate with all of you. He sort of had that mindset even after everyone accepted him back and was willing to work with him before the whole war in Jakku really, really took off. So, that's family. Perfect timing. I get to eat a little bit of food and then we can react to JJK. But the feeling over this chapter is like, while it's hopeful, there's still a heaviness. I wouldn't say a feeling of sorrow, but a feeling of things can never truly go back to the way they were before. The happy smiles, the blissful ignorance that people had of just like, we're going to be heroes, we got to protect people, but at least I get to enjoy time with my friends. That feeling is not present here. It's like, I mean, how do you go back to normal when you are part of a war that pretty much threatened the entirety of all humanity? And then everything's being restored. Shout out to Principal Nezu for frankly going the extra mile to commission help from all of these different countries around the world and getting it all together just so that the restoration efforts of Japan would even get started. Shout out to him as a principal, he did a phenomenal job. And the fact that he commanded that much respect that every country that volunteered did so without question, I mean, he's the MVP. He really is the MVP of this chapter because he's the one that's helping the restoration effort. He's the one that did the whole thing to get Japan restarted on the path to recovery. So shout out to him. But there's like it's a really heavy feeling. Also, congrats to Shinzo. He finally made it, and shout out to Nezu too. Yeah, Shinzo! He's officially going to be in the class with Class 1A. he's gonna be with them. So it's nice. Also, we got introduced to the class. I want to say one of the reps. That I think she was a second year. Hold on, let me not guesstimate here. Let me go back. Let me go back. Okay, there we go. I was wondering why it wouldn't let me put that page up again. Where's she at? Where's she at? Put your hands up. You're underclassman rep. Yeah, underclassman rep Mawata Fuwa. Fuwa. So she showed up, and it turns out she was in Aizawa's previous class before our current band of Class 1A students. So she's going to be working with them as well. And even at those who have gotten their provisional license and whatnot, they're going to be out there helping out because, you know, even though she says, like, sure, history books will tell about the restoration effort and the victorious moments, it's not going to tell you about the chaos in between the piece. Because since All Might and the symbol, because we don't have a symbol of peace right now. And are they 2A now? That feels weird. I'm so used to calling them 1A. Well, it's called 2A temporarily. It says so on the class plate above their door. It says temporarily. But we are currently in an era where there is no symbol of peace to keep, you know, potential villains in line. Like, All Might scared every villain except for All for One, and even then, All for One was careful with him. But there's no symbol of peace that can just immediately reassure people that everything is going to be fine. Sure, Midoriya dealt the final blow to the biggest boss this series has ever seen, but that doesn't mean he commands the exact same presence as All Might once did. So, in between that piece, there's always going to be that chaos that they're going to need to be careful of. I still don't know who that person is that's walking through the hallways with the disheveled hair and the covering on the face and the hands with the dark fingertips. With the dark fingertips just walking through this destroyed neighborhood and making their way to a house. I don't know who that is. I don't know. Hold on. The video might get choppy just a little bit, so bear with me. This is something I want to look up. If they actually got the synopsis down. No, they ain't got nothing down yet. All right, I gotta wait until much later on. But we're not done with My Hero just yet. I'm wondering who that person is. I don't think it's Toya because he doesn't have regenerative tissue because of what he did to himself. And it's definitely not Chisaki because Chisaki has no arms. Hold on, are we good? My screen blacked out for a split second. I was worried I saw the blue screen of death. That scared me so much. I thought... Hold on, are we good? Sorry about that. My screen blacked out. Okay, note to self, do not bring up web pages while I'm trying to do a live stream. I'm sorry. It's all resolved now. We should be good. I'm going to go ahead and bring this to a close, though, because I don't want to carry this on any longer than I already have. I don't want to drone on and bore you guys. But my screen blacked out, and I was worried that my system crashed, but we're fine. Overall, while I did like this chapter, and it says to be continued, so we're still getting more My Hero Academia, there's still so many things to, resolve as far as, like, what is everyone going to do now? The biggest threat in all of My Hero is now gone. So, what do you do after that? Once the wartime is over, what are you doing after that? We got Endeavor in what looks to be like Toya's room. And I believe that's where Shoto is heading as well, so he can meet up with his dad. But there's still things that I'm still interested in seeing. Like, are we going to see what All Might is doing now? Are we going to see, like, who else do we have left that took a part in this war that we may not have seen the result, we've seen the resolution to? As far as this epilogue is concerned, and I gotta tie this up because I feel like I'm droning on again, and I apologize. But there are still people that I want to... Let me say it like this. There are people that I want to see in these chapters before the series ends. I want to see Gentle again. I want to see Lady Nagant. I want to see what goes on with the Todoroki family. I want to see Midoriya and his mom again. I want to see one final moment between Bakugo and Midoriya. I hope we get an update on Spinner. Yes, because that's one member from Shigaraki's crew that is pretty much, still alive and kicking, and he might be taken into custody, but hopefully he regained his sanity due to that overabundance of quirks he had in his body that just rendered him into like a caveman or a cave lizard or a dinosaur. So those are some things that I would like to see in the next couple of chapters, if we get a couple of chapters. We'll just have to see how Horikoshi does it. It doesn't necessarily say that we are going on break from My Hero, but we'll just have to keep an eye out simply because Viz tends to slip up a little bit when it comes to their chapters going out. But overall, a somber but hopeful chapter that could pave way into a whole new adventure for My Hero going forward during this moment of recovery. But we'll see. We will see. But, ladies and gentlemen, I am done. Let me go ahead and grab me some food real quick. We got some Olive Garden. Y'all know the bread is good. Eat me a little bit of Olive Garden, and then we'll continue with a Jujutsu Kaisen after I'm done. I'll set up the stream once I'm completely done with my food, so you guys are not left waiting. But to everyone, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for tuning in to today's session of My Hero Academia. We still got more chapters, and I'm looking forward to it if we are not going on break next week. Thank you for helping this channel reach 4.9k subscribers. Like I said, we are, frankly, less than 100 away to reaching 5,000. Your continued support of this channel means the absolute world to me, because it means that you guys like what I do, and I can give you more of what you actually like. And, of course, the super chats and super thanks and memberships, they also help too, so that way I can always play the stuff and get the stuff that you guys want to see as well. So I thank you for everything that you do for me. Hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later peoples! Time to eat me some food.